Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be telling you about what is the CP31 sheet and what are the new features in the sheet that we have recently launched. For those of you who already know what is the CP31 sheet, you can skip the first few minutes of this video and you can directly jump onto the section where I'm discussing about the new features. Talking about what is the sheet, it is a particular problem set which contains problems from 800 rating all the way up till 1900 rating on Codeforces. Each of these ratings have 31 problems which have been chosen. These 31 problems have been handpicked by me and other high-rated competitive programmers from our TLE Eliminators team. Now, what does it mean when we are saying we are handpicking the problems? So what we did is that we went on to Codeforces and we applied a rating filter, such as, if we wanted to find out the problems in 1200 rating, we applied the rating filter of 1200. So we started from the top of the page and then we read every single problem that we could. And if we found that a particular problem was really very interesting, it had some ideas which were reusable across other problems, we picked that problem up and included it in the CP31 sheet. So how does this sheet actually help you? See, whenever you're practicing competitive programming, your goal is very, very simple. It's to solve those problems which are going to teach you something interesting and something reusable. So this sheet actually does that. And I am not the one saying this. Of course, when we launched this sheet, we were the ones claiming that these problems are really very important, really very useful. But now at this point, when it's already been like 20 or 21 months since we launched the sheet, there have been too many users who have tried out the sheet. And if you go onto these platforms like LinkedIn or Twitter and you type the word CP31 sheet, you would see so many reviews, so many posts about people sharing their experience with solving the CP31 sheet. And one thing that you would notice across most of these posts is that they tell you this exact same thing, that whichever problems that they solved, they actually were very interesting and they had those ideas which could have been used in other problems. So far in these last almost 2 years, about 1,25,000 people have tried out this sheet, right? So you can find out the reviews of these people across social media. And of course, it is on you to decide if you want to really use this sheet or not. From our side, our only aim was to provide a free resource which is actually useful for people, right? Which is what we've already done. Now, going forward, I'm going to be telling you about the history of the sheet, or rather, how have the features on the sheet evolved with time, and what are the new features that we have recently launched as version 3. So when we launched this sheet almost 2 years ago, that was version 1. We launched version 2 in February of 2025. And we've launched version 3 this month in October itself. So I'll start by talking about how did version 1 look like and how did we evolve to version 2 and then finally to version 3. So version 1 was very simple. It contained problems from 800 rating only up till 1200 rating from Codeforces, right? This was a raw sheet which was just put on the TLE Eliminators website, and we just wanted to see if people would actually like it or not. So after a couple of months, we realized that a lot of people had started using the sheet. They had started commenting about it on social media, and we were seeing a lot of positive reviews. At this point, we realized that people are asking us to extend the sheet up till 1600 rating. So let's first of all do that. So that's what we started. We extended the sheet all the way up till 1600 rating. Now, in November of 2024, we had hit 70,000 users on the sheet. Within just about 11 months of launching the sheet, we had 70,000 people who had tried it out. So in November of 2024, we said that, so many people have tried it out. Let's improve it. Let's first of all extend the problem set all the way up till 1900 rating. And at the same time, let's bring in new features. Now, in February of 2024, we launched version 2 of the CP31 sheet. Now, what did version 2 contain? First of all, we got a lot of reviews from people that, these problems are really amazing, but what if you could give us some video solutions as well? And especially, like looking at how we teach at TLE Eliminators, a lot of people were interested in learning about the concepts involved in these problems from educators at TLE Eliminators. So we had to create, video solutions for 372 problems starting from February of 2025. But this is what we committed to. We said that we're going to create a free resource, and a free resource so good that you wouldn't even consider it would be free. And at the same time, we said that if so many people are using this sheet, let's improve the overall interface on the website to provide a better experience of using this sheet. So we created a leaderboard firstly. Secondly, there was also a request from people to add automatic Codeforces progress tracking. So what this means is that since these problems are from Codeforces, if you solve a problem on Codeforces, it should automatically get marked as done on the CP31 sheet. This is what we integrated as version 2. Next, we also introduced this discussion section. So we thought, let's create a discuss section for each problem where people can come, they can write down their approaches, they can write down their comments, and other people can also interact with them. We built this whole discuss section, and it is being used pretty often at this point. We also came up with notes for every problem. So since we were saying that all of these problems contained ideas that are very, very reusable, then of course it made sense that if somebody has solved a problem, they should be able to make some sort of notes, so that in future they can come back to the problem, they can just go through their notes and get that idea refreshed in their mind. Apart from all the features, at this point we also came up with this option of reporting a bug on the website. So we integrated a button on the website which said report a bug. So that was a game changer for us, because as soon as we integrated that button, we started getting a lot of bug reports, and a lot of feedback as well. So we were getting notifications for all of these, and we were fixing them really, really fast now. So after a couple of months, the number of people who were reporting bugs or people who were giving feedback, that also dropped quite a lot. Now, in February of 2025, we also decided that we are going to take up a year-long project of improving this entire sheet. We are going to build features that are being requested heavily by people. We are going to integrate more video solutions, more hints, more concepts, right? And we thought that we'll bring version 3 by the end of this year. So at this point in October of 2025, we have launched the version 3 of the sheet, and I'm going to be telling you what are the new features that we have recently introduced. So firstly, we have introduced this feature of tracking your streak, right? So we have a streak tracker on the website now, which tells you that, on how many consecutive days did you visit the CP31 sheet. There is also a streak tracker which tells you on how many consecutive days did you solve a problem from the CP31 sheet, or you solved a problem on Codeforces in general. Now, the next thing that we've introduced is the submission heat map. It just simply tells you, that on this particular day you solved a problem, and on this particular day you did not solve any problems, right? The only reason why we integrated the submission heat map and this streak tracker is so that people feel more motivated to complete the sheet. The next thing that we've done is that we've optimized the leaderboard on the CP31 sheet. We recently saw that since a lot of people had started using the sheet, the overall leaderboard had become very, very laggy. It was taking about 10 seconds to fetch the leaderboard ranks at a point. So we sat down and we created a really optimal solution, and now you can fetch any page on the leaderboard within some milliseconds. We're only doing all of this to make sure that people who are using the CP31 sheet, they feel really motivated and they feel excited to come every day and solve a problem from the sheet. Now, in order to help you to solve these problems and to learn concepts properly, we have also introduced this concept of hints. So every problem has hints. Now, talking about the video solutions, every problem does not have a video solution at this point. But all the problems from 800 rating all the way up till 1500 rating have dedicated high quality video solutions available, right? Talking about problems from 1600 to 1900, we do have a plan on completing all the video solutions of these problems before the end of the year, right? So by the time 2026 starts, you would have video solutions for every single problem from the sheet. Now, apart from the video solutions, we've also introduced optimized codes. So these codes are available in C++, Python, and Java, right? And a lot of you had talked about this, that Priyansh, since you have chosen these problems, what are the concepts that are being involved in these, right? Like, how do I get to know those concepts that are being used in these problems? So what we've done is that we've introduced a column on the sheet which just simply tells you what is the concept or what is that unique idea which is being involved in this problem. Next, we've also introduced this focus mode on the sheet. What this does is that it simply doesn't allow you to look at the hints or the video solutions for the problem before you've spent some threshold amount of time on it. So we don't want to have a case where somebody is coming onto the website, trying out a problem, and without even thinking about it themselves, they just look at the hints and the video solutions. We wanted to avoid this entire scenario, which is why we created this focus mode, where if you turn it on and if you go onto a problem, a timer starts. And when that timer starts, it tells you that you can only open the first hint after some time. So what this actually does is that it puts you in a state where you have to think about the problem firstly on your own. Now, of course, you can always turn off the focus mode and look at the hints and the video solutions, but we discourage that because ultimately it's not about memorizing these ideas. It's about thinking about them on your own, or getting to a state where you're able to build the intuition for them. And that will only happen when you have spent enough time on the problems yourself. Talking about the last feature, we saw that a lot of people were going on social media and taking a picture of the sheet and writing their experience or writing their reviews of the sheet. In order to make this whole process easier, we've introduced an option where you can get a nice template which you can pick up and put it on social media. Right, so that was version 3 for you. I think at this point the sheet is really in a very, very good state. It has a lot of problems, it has a lot of video solutions, it has hints for all the problems, and it's in a state where it's very, very easy to use. Right, so if you go onto the website now, you will see that it has a really good UI at this point. It also has dark mode, and it has various options to keep you motivated. Like, it has the leaderboard, it also has the submission heat map, it has streak tracking, it has discuss section. Like, it's not a raw sheet where you're just getting the links to the problems and you're trying them out on your own. You're getting very, very high quality hints, you're getting very, very high quality video solutions along with optimized codes. Now, talking about the future plans with this sheet, we're not going to be bringing in more features on the sheet. We feel that it is in a state where it is absolutely usable by everyone. So we are only going to be resolving bugs that are going to come on the sheet. So all the bugs that are going to get reported on the sheet, we're going to fix them within 1 or 2 days. Right, so at this point, we feel that it's in a very, very good state, and we are now going to be investing our time and money both into building more free products for you guys. So CP31 sheet is one free product. We also have post-contest discussions on our YouTube channel of TLE Eliminators. That's another free product. But now we're going to be building more free products which are going to help the overall competitive programming community to just do better and learn competitive programming faster. So of course, it took up a lot of time to build this entire product, but at the end of the day, what matters is that how are people actually using it. It's a free product. At the end of the day, we are not charging any money, but ultimately the people who are going to get benefited from it are those people who are going to consistently and actively solve problems from the sheet. Okay, so before I end this video, I just want to take a moment and thank every single person who was involved in building this particular product. Firstly, the competitive programming mentors who were involved in selecting the problems, reviewing the problems, creating the learning material for all the problems. Secondly, I want to thank the tech team at TLE Eliminators, which consists of really capable people. And finally, I want to thank this one person who was really very involved in building this whole product. His name is Viraj. Viraj is one of the core members at TLE Eliminators, and he is the one person you should be thanking even more than me when it comes to handling the entire building of this product and maintaining it. With that, I'm going to be ending this video. Thanks a lot for watching this, and I hope you really like the CP31 sheet's new version and you actively solve problems from the sheet to just get better as a competitive programmer.